We're here with Erik Norlander from Moog Music. We've got the Moog Messenger. Erik, tell us everything. What a way to introduce it. It's fantastic.
I thought we should hear it first,
absolutely.
and then I can start yammering on about it, right?
So,
all right, Robbie.
What's the deal with the Messenger? What was the idea behind it? Why have you produced it? And what does it do?
So this is the first Moog product to be produced under the inMusic banner, fully under the inMusic banner. Bob Moog, 70 years ago, started making musicians for instruments in the 50s with the theremin, in the 60s with the modular Moogs, in the 70s with the Model D, in the 80s with the memory Moog, on and on and on. With each iteration, he got more efficient, pushing innovation, just trying to do something a little bit better, a little more innovative, a little more clever, maybe a little smaller, a little more compact. Fast forward to 2025, we're carrying on that same tradition. Nothing has really changed. So here we are at Superbooth with the Messenger. It is a 2-oscillator, fully analog synth with 32 full-size keys with velocity and aftertouch. I'll just take you through the whole signal flow, left to right. That's a very Moog thing to do, of course.
Absolutely.
So let's have a look at the oscillators. So we have 2 continuous shape oscillators, very much in the spirit of the Muse and the Voyager, etc. You can go continuously from triangle to sawtooth to 50% pulse, and then from 50% pulse all the way to the narrowest pulse width. But we've done something a little bit more in this one. We've taken the wave folder from the Labyrinth, and we've put that in here. So you can go from a clean triangle wave to a fully wave-folded triangle wave as well. So you can actually go from the wave-folded triangle wave continuously to a clean triangle, and then through all those other wave shapes through pulse width modulation. You can do that on each of the 2 oscillators independently. We have a sub-oscillator on the Messenger, but it's not an ordinary sub-oscillator, because why would we do that? So I haven't seen this on any other synth. Maybe it exists, but this is certainly not common. We have a continuously variable wave shape on the sub-oscillator that's independent from the main oscillator. So you can go from triangle wave to 50% pulse, and then through the various pulse width shapes. All 3 of these can be modulated independently. So it's a really interesting sound to, have the, main oscillator with a sawtooth wave, and then be modulating the sub-oscillator independently. So it really sounds like a 3-oscillator synthesizer, even though it's only a 2-oscillator synthesizer. We do through 0 linear FM on this instrument. So the Frap Tools Magnolia doesn't get to have all the fun.
It seems to be the thing that nowadays do a lot more synths are featuring that.
Yeah, we're trying to just I hate to say push the envelope, because that's such a cliche with analog synths, but trying to do something a little bit interesting each time around, and our engineers are always like, we could do this. And, like this sub-oscillator continuous wave shape modulation. Steve Dunnington, our VP of engineering, came up with this, and I said to him, I'm looking for something just a little more interesting than the oscillator section. Can we come up with just some Moog secret sauce here? And he's like, I've been thinking about this thing. I'm like, that. So I was really happy to see that in.
Nice.
We have white noise. Oscillator 1, 2, sub-oscillator, and white noise all get mixed together in the typical Moog style into our filter. We have an external input on a 1/4-inch jack. If you don't plug in the external input, we have feedback that's on the knob here.
Okay.
And there's quite a bit of gain on this, so it can get extremely aggressive if you want to. We have oscillator 2 to modulate filter cutoff, like the Mini Moog Model D.
Yeah.
Then we have a brand new Moog filter.
Oh, okay.
So imagine that. We start with our classic 4-pole Bob Moog transistor ladder low-pass filter. So we need that, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Every Moog synthesizer has to have that.
It's the
been
law.
around for 50 plus years, 60 plus years. We need that. So we have that classic sound. We also added a 2-pole mode, so we can get the Oberheim ARP Mark I sound.
Yeah.
We have a 4-pole bandpass and a 4-pole high pass as well. As you probably know, in the classic Moog ladder filter, when you turn up resonance, you get a bass drop.
Yeah.
The bass falls away. Well, with pole mixing, we've come up with a way to do bass compensation. So with this res bass button,
It's back.
we can bring the bass back
Noticeable,
again. So our lead hardware engineer, Rick Carl, came up with this idea along with these other modes and all of that. We think this is a really just brilliant addition to the classic Moog filter. We go through an analog VCA, of course, and then out into the world. As far as modulation goes, there are 2 LFOs. LFO1 is assignable. LFO2 is hardwired to the mod wheel with easy assign buttons here. There are 2 envelopes. They are hardwired to the filter and the amplifier. But, let's say I want to assign those to something else. There are these assign buttons.
Okay.
And what you do is you just hold down this button, and then you turn the knob of the destination that you want to assign it to, and that becomes the depth of the modulation. So let's say I want to assign the filter envelope to oscillator 1 tuning. You would hold this down and then turn that the amount that you want to modulate. Or let's say I want to assign the amplitude envelope to oscillator 2 level. Hold that down, turn it the amount you want. You'll see the value actually display on these 1 to 16
that's useful.
buttons. So
there is no screen on this, which I thought was a really clever move.
I'm glad you agree, because I felt strongly that there should not be a display on this.
It's very much hands-on.
We want you to be doing it like this.
Exactly.
And not like this.
Yeah.
So,
couldn't agree more.
Yes. Let's see, the envelopes, there's a multi-trig mode and then the classic legato mode. They can be velocity sensitive if you want. They can loop.
Loops are they both loopable?
They are both looping independently.
Nice.
There is a 64-step sequencer.
Okay.
And arpeggiator that are based on the Muse sequencer and arpeggiator. So they have generative modes with probability and that sort of thing. So you can, set the probability of whether a note will play and that sort of thing. On the arpeggiator, when you put it into the arpeggiator mode, you'll see all the steps light up. And then you can mute individual steps, so you can program patterns as you can on Muse. Let's see, as far as I/O goes, there's USB-C. Then there's 5-pin MIDI in and out.
Is the USB just MIDI only? Or?
It's just MIDI only. It's not an audio interface. However, you can use USB-C and the DIN MIDI together. So this becomes a MIDI interface with your computer or your iOS device. As far as the 3.5 millimeter connections, there's gate CV in and out and clock in and out. I mentioned earlier, there's external in that goes into the filter. There's 1/4 inch for expression and sustain. 1/4 inch audio out and headphone out.
Nice.
Let's see, it's a 32-note full-size key bed with aftertouch and velocity. Typical Moog,
classic Moog
left-hand
wheels,
controls. Metal top panel.
And then the chassis is like ABS plastic or
glass filled. So it's a substantial feeling
I picked
instrument.
one up, it is heavy.
Yeah. So if you want, I can play a few sounds for you.
Please do. Go ahead.
All right. You heard my little goofy intro. There are 256 presets. They're organized into banks of 16, like we do on most of our instruments. It comes with a list of how each bank, the category of each bank. The first bank, like the Muse, is kind of a best of. So the first 3 are basses. Then lead. And here's this bit. So if you want to program, a little groovy pattern, you go, wait, I hate that. Let's make it normal again. Oh, turn off the hold. Sounds like a Moog.
I was say it's very Moogy. Yeah.
Here's some nice that linear through 0 FM.
Ding dong bells.
Surf's up. Gratuitously showing off the filter, of course.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
I like this one a lot.
Very good. Awesome. So I see you got a bank button here. How many banks of sounds are there?
There are 16 banks of 16.
Oh,
so
okay.
That's how you get to the 256.
And then I was being told earlier that apart from that first bank, which is kind of like a best of, all the other banks are sorted per kind of category. So bass banks, lead banks. So
There was the list around here somewhere.
Okay.
So yeah, the first bank is a best of. The next 3 are basses. The next 2 are leads. So like hard lead, soft lead. Then it's like woodwind, orchestral, pads, sweeps.
Nice.
I'd love to just show you that list right now, but I don't
That's
know where
okay.
it is. Yeah.
We'll get a picture and edit it in.
There you
It's
go.
fine.
Perfect.
Absolutely.
And then we'll look really slick.
Price and availability.
It's I don't know the GBP price, but it's
Okay.
$8.99 US. It's €8.49.
Okay. So
Availability is early June. I think it's June 10th, but let's
Yep.
just say early June.
Okay. So they can pre-order now for shipping.
Yes.
Early June. Fantastic.
Exactly. Yeah.
Eric, it's brilliant. It's brilliant to see a brand new Moog, and it's a Moog that everyone can afford. So I think this is going to be fantastic.
I love it. I'm really proud of it, and yeah, the most important thing is it sounds like a Moog.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
It's brilliant. Thank you ever so much.
Thank you, sir. Good
Great to see you again, as
Yeah.
always. Thank you. Cheers.
Great. Cheers.